live. Waiting for Instagram to pop up. Instagram always so slow. There we go. Go live for Instagram. And we are good. I can't really see so far for the TikTok. But all right, so I'm just going to be answering some frequently asked questions regarding content creation today. And we'll go ahead and get it started. So try to find my window. Bring it back up. All right, how y'all doing today? If y'all have any questions or concerns, I'm going off a list of questions that I commonly asked regarding content creation. If you have any questions or concerns, just go ahead and put it in the comments. All right. Again, we are on Twitch, TikTok. Yeah, make sure I bring up the chat. And lost my questions. All right. So if we're good, we're going to be good. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. All right. First question is, how do I start content creation from scratch? It's really not hard to start content creation from scratch. You just really, when you make an episode or something, just plan what you want to talk about. So like what I'm doing right now, I planned what I want to talk about. I said content creation, frequently asked questions. So I'm going to answer those questions from my perspective. All right. So it's not like I could do, you know, like a script or something like that, or I could do research, but you have your own perspective from stuff. So when you're doing content creation and you're doing it from scratch, it's pretty simple. You just set up a camera, right? You plan what you want to talk about beforehand. It's not much work that you have to plan, especially if you're going off your passions and if you're going off of things you already know about. It's not very difficult to do that. All right. So look at what you want to talk about, set up a camera, right? You don't need fancy camera. You don't need a microphone. You don't need fancy equipment. I'm going live right now on TikTok, and I just have my camera, right? My camera phone, and it has a microphone in it and everything that I need to start my content creation journey. So you don't need too much stuff. What you already have is enough if you have a phone. All right. So how do you start it from scratch? Just come up with something you want to talk about and talk about it, right? The people are your friends, right? You want to talk to people like they're your friends, like you're in the same room with them, all right? That's how you want to talk to people. You're not talking to a large audience. You want to talk one-on-one, brother, sister, right? That way they can interact with you and feel like you're definitely, talking and engaging with them. Not necessarily that you're talking to a bunch of people at once. You're saying addressing a person, which is your audience, all right? So you just start from scratch. Again, just come up with a plan, what you want to talk about, and talk about it. Right? It's not that hard. We make things more complicated than what they need to be. All right. And if you enjoy doing it, you'll do it more often. If you enjoy doing it, you'll keep that consistency. If you don't like it, you won't do it. People do what they enjoy doing. So just go ahead, try it out, see if you like it, and then if you do like it, you'll keep doing it regardless. All right. If you can, go ahead, share it out. And we'll go to the next question. What's the best social media platform for my niche? So can't answer this for everyone because everyone doesn't have the same niche. But I say if you're beginning and you want to get your business and your word out there, I'd start with TikTok. Why TikTok? Because TikTok will allow you to make your post and it'll reach more people even if you don't have any followers. So if you go on Instagram and you go on TikTok and you post a reel, more people will likely see it on TikTok quicker than on Instagram from what I've seen. But if you're looking to make money, right, or make a sale, TikTok has a sale platform as well. But if you're looking to make money, you want to do coaching and stuff like that. The people who actually spend money are in the like a higher or older demographic, which is I guess my age group now. So they will be on Facebook. So people, if you're looking for people who spend money, go on Facebook. But if you're looking for like people who are going to watch you more often um, and just engage with you, maybe go on TikTok or like Instagram. Like I'll just say TikTok, right? If you want people that are going to engage with you quicker, but they probably won't spend much money, all right? If you're looking for like big sales, stuff like that, go with Facebook. But the TikTok does have a sales platform where you can sell live on TikTok, but you have to get your licensing and all that, all your paperwork together to show that you're a legit business that can engage in trade and commerce and stuff like that. So go ahead, check that out. All right. So based on your platform and what your niche is, it's kind of, you know, also, if you want to do long form comment content, right? If you want like that ride or die fan base, YouTube, YouTube, because if they're going to sit there and watch a 20 to 30-minute video of you, you know, they actually engage with you and actually like you. So depends on what you want and what your niche is. Can't really answer that for your niche unless you tell me what your niche is. All right. How can I grow my audience organically? Consistency. Consistency is how you grow your audience organically. Consistently show up, right? If people don't trust that you're going to show up every day, right, or show up when you say you're going to show up, they're not going to watch you. They're just going to see you when they see you, and they're going to see you in passing. But if you have that consistency, say if you're up here every day around the same time, and when they're scrolling around that time and they see you, they're gonna, know that you're consistent, and they may click on you more often as they see you. They say they have to see you 7 times, in order to get that familiarity with you, to become familiar with you. So, like, that consistency is what's going to help you grow your audience organically. All right. So if you're not posting, right, no one's going to see you, right? So you're not going to grow. If you post once a month or once a year, no one's going to see you. Like, you're not going to grow. So that's something I got to work on, is consistency. But consistency is what's going to get you to grow organically. All right. You don't have to show stuff, but you also have to provide the value that people are coming to see. So if you're teaching people how to make money, or if you're teaching people how to trade stocks, right, you're going to have to stick to what people want to see. So if they just like you and your personality, you're just going to, give your personality, give what people want to see. But if, people are coming to learn something, to get their credit right, or whatever it is, right? Whatever people are coming to see, make sure you do it consistently, and you do it within the bounds of what your audience wants to see. All right. So that's how you'll grow organically. All right. How do I measure my social media success? You have to set a goal. I can't tell you what's successful to you, right? I had a YouTube channel where I only had 100 followers, but right, if your goal is not to get so many followers, but to get clients, so that was my goal. I was playing drums online. I didn't have millions of followers or nothing like that. I just wanted to show singer-songwriters that I can play drums, right? So they would watch my video, and then they would contact me and say, hey, can you play drums on my song? And I would play drums online for people around the world. So your success, how do you measure your success is, how are you reaching your goal? What are you trying to accomplish, right? It shouldn't be, if your goal is to get 1 million followers, that's how you measure your success. But some people want 1 million followers and they don't make any money, right? So if your goal is to make money, you don't necessarily need 1 million followers. You probably can get 1,000 followers, right, that are willing to spend money. So it's up to you to determine your goal, to determine if you're being successful. So first thing first is determine your why, and then determine what you want to do, right? What your niche is and what you want to accomplish. If you can do social media full time and make a living from it, say the goal is not to make money, but if you want to make a living from it, right, that may be a goal. So you'll determine your success by how well you're tracking toward that goal, right? So set milestones. You're not going to get 1 million followers day one. You may not, some people do, right? But set reachable goals, right? So when I was playing drums online, my goal was first goal was to be consistent, right? Put something out every week, right? My next goal was to get clients or to get people reaching out to me. So I set up a link inside the description that says, hey, if you want me to play for you, and I put out a video too, if you want me to play for you, click this link, right? So as people started clicking the link, the goal was get people to click the link. Then the goal was to close people, all right? So how do you determine your success? It all depends on what your goals are and what you want to accomplish. Your success is determined by you and how you're tracking toward those goals. So again, make a plan, set some goals of what you want to accomplish, and then set milestones on how you can reach their goals. I would say set the end goal first. Say what you want to accomplish first, all right, and then track backwards. How can I reach these? All right, I need this to get to here. All right, I need this to get to there. I need this to get to that. All right, and then I'm here. I'm in the beginning. All right. So the first thing is just to start. All right. Once you start, then you're like, all right, I want to do this every week, or I want to do this every day. Then you do that every day, and then you track toward those goals. And once you start getting that consistency going, you can start setting other milestones and other metric type goals so that you can tweak here and there. You can change your call to action to get the results that you want. All right. What are the best tools for content creators to save time? All right. So a lot of content creation, you have to deal with the editing portion. All right. So in dealing with the editing portion, I say use a tool called Descript. Descript allows you to edit by text. So you can edit by the text. I don't know if you, so I don't know if you say if you have Final Cut Pro, right? It has a timeline and it has a video and it has your audio underneath it, and you have to cut it. And if if you want to cut at a certain portion, you got to watch it, stop it, press B for blade, cut it at the point you want. But with tools like Descript, and I use something called Riverside as well, these tools allow you to read the words that you're saying. It transcribes your words, and the words you want to cut out or the words you want to keep, you highlight it and you delete the stuff that you don't want. So it's that simple. That helps me save the most time, is being able to edit by the words that I'm saying. It also allows you to cut out the ums and the uhs and all that stuff as well. So if you want to just make a clip on a good statement that you made, you don't gotta listen to the whole thing and find yourself. You can click find, right? Do a text search where I said something about this, find the block that you want, cut it out, copy paste. You can copy and paste the text and it'll copy and paste the video, right? And then you can put your information out. So that's the biggest thing I'd say saves the most time, is being able to edit by the text. So Descript is a tool I use, and Riverside allows you to do that. There's some other tools that's starting to do it now, but those are the two I use. All right. And that's how you save the most time. How do I get brand collaborations? All right. Reach out. All right. I haven't done much I have done some brand collaborations, but reach out, network, let people know what you're doing. All right. And the best way too is also show that you're actually doing something. Right. If you want to collaborate with people and you say, hey, let's make some videos together, and you don't have any videos posted, Like, who's going to want to collaborate with you? Like, you're not showing the work ethic that they would want to partner up with, right? Even if you want to get some sponsors, if you don't have any videos posted, then nobody's going to like you. Like what? Like if you're saying, like, say if you have a YouTube channel and you want to get sponsors, you can say, hey, pay me $100 an episode. I'll do 52 episodes a year. Um, that's $5,000 you pay me up front. You have, $5,000 payment to help you start making your videos. Not start making your videos. You can do that at the beginning of part of your podcast if, right, if you have a name for yourself and people trust you and if people know you. But if people don't know you, just start making that content. Then you say, hey, I have this many followers, I have this many videos. You can do like a brand sheet that tells them, how many followers and all this stuff that you have, your stats, and how many people that they should be able to reach if they sponsor you. So, main thing, if starting, if just starting, you may want to reach out to some friends and family, some businesses that you frequent. Say, hey, pay me $50 an episode. I'll promote your company, and that episode will be out forever. Right? That's a good sell. Like that, you'll never take the video down. But if you have some videos going, it'll be a easier sell. And if you already have a fan base, it'll be an easier sell. And you can say, hey, look, this video gets 7,000 views. This video gets 500 views, and the people are in these areas. So that's how you would do the collaborations. But if you're not creating anything, nobody's really going to want to collaborate with you. You're just really just talking. When you say, hey, I want to do YouTube videos. Do you want to partner with me? So then they're just going to look at you like you want to use their equipment or you want to use their time or their space in order to make some content, right? Because you're not doing it yourself. It's not something that you actually enjoy doing or something that you actually do. So you have to show that you actually do it in order to get those collaborations, right? Should I post daily or focus on quality? Man, the way things are going now, I would say just post daily, honestly, because you want to get your name out there. You can focus on quality, but a lot of times people don't care about the level. I have a whole studio right here, right? And I'm posting from my phone here. I have 3 cameras here. I'm posting from these 3 cameras as well, but I'm also posting from my phone, right? And there are a lot of very successful people, like big brands pay people to make user generated content. So it's people with their iPhone and people who are creating stuff from home because it looks, authentic. It looks like it's not polished, right? People don't really necessarily want polished. They want someone that they can relate to. They want someone who speaks their language. They want someone who thinks like they think. So they look to content creators who make, YouTube videos and stuff like that. And the quality is there. Like if you have an iPhone, or if you have a Android, the camera is 4K. You already have the quality of the type of video that you want. But when it comes to, presenting the information or to advertise and stuff like that, you just want to come off authentic, come off as authentic, be authentic, right? And that's what people will gravitate to. They won't, they do, people do. Well, how often do you watch TV commercials, right? A lot of people just turn them off. How often do you watch Facebook ads or YouTube ads, right? People generally turn it off, but you do watch people on YouTube. You do watch people on Facebook that's not as high quality as those, those high Pepsi brands or something like that. You probably pay more attention to someone who has a new drink as opposed to a commercial about a new drink. So I would just focus on quantity, right? Posting daily, not necessarily posting daily, but I post daily. I've been posting daily more recently because I've just been going live, right? You have to find what works best for you. And if you just go live, right, I found I don't have to edit, right? So it takes a nice chunk out of my work, my workflow, not having to edit, and I still get the information out there. May not be as polished as I want, but if I want to focus on quality or quantity, I'd rather go to quantity, go live and get the information out there so I can be consistent and, you know, be authentic, and people can see that you're authentic, and then you can put the more information out there and they trust that authenticity instead of you, you know, trying to be a perfectionist and then re-recording, re-recording, re-recording it, then editing it, and then doing all that work when people just want to hear what you have to say. All right. So I will focus on quantity. It's kind of weird to say quantity over quality, but I would just go live. I'm not one who focuses so much on the quality. I'd focus on the quality of the content, not necessarily the quality of the production, if you understand what I mean. So the message or the education or the entertainment value that you're putting out, I will focus more on that more so than what type of camera or what type of microphone or something that you have. So I'd focus on posting daily, just going live with what you have because the quality is already there. How can I increase engagement on my post? You can increase engagement on your post by engaging with your audience and engaging with others in the same social media network. So if you're on YouTube and you want more engagement on your YouTube channel, you go to other similar YouTube channels and then engage with them, right? Then people click you, you know, you're getting more people outside of who follows you. If you don't have any followers, go to other pages that are within your niche, comment on there, and you know, and people will see you within that same niche that follows that person. Same person that follows that person will, you know, likely see your comment and then may follow you if they enjoy what you have to say in response to something within that niche. So that's one way to increase engagement is to be engaging, right? To network. One is also to answer the comments in your own post. So the more people that comment in your post or the more comments you have in your post, the more that it will stay up in the algorithm. So if someone says something in your post, even if it's something negative, say like, thanks for watching, all right? Or ask them a question. So if someone says something in your post, answer the question or ask you a question, answer the question, and then ask them a question. Then maybe they'll respond. And then it'll stay up in the algorithm. You may have a conversation and then it'll stay up in that algorithm. All right. So that's how you can increase engagement on your posts. What is the most effective way to repurpose content? This is my favorite right here. The most effective way to repurpose content is what I do right here, right? I go live, right? I live stream it. And then my live stream, I can edit my live stream, chop off the end, chop off the beginning, chop off the end, right? And now I have a steady YouTube video that I can use. All right. From that YouTube, from that same live video, can I use Riverside? I can take and do magic clips, right? So I can chop and make clips off the stuff that I'm talking about. So say this video is what? Say we're going on 20 minutes now. I don't even know. All right. Say we're going on about 20 minutes now recording. All right. I can take a 20-minute recording, chop it into a 5-minute video for YouTube, right? 4 or 5-minute videos. Like each question that I'm answering, each one of these questions. So I got about 10 questions. Each of these 10 questions can be 10 different videos, right? So however long I take to answer these, that could be a video in itself. All right. Then from that, so I could take a 20-minute video, post that, take, 10-minute videos, right? 5, 10-minute videos from each question, post that, all of those. So that'd be 10 videos, right? And then I can post the clips. So I have a less than 1-minute clip or 30-second clip. I can post like 10 of those, right? So the best highlights from that. So that's, I think, the best way is to repurpose content is to make a long form content piece of work, right? Not something I have to edit right away, right? I can just put this out there. Then I can take the clips of various sizes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds, and post those out. So that's the best way to repurpose content, in my opinion. Just make the content, then take the content, chop it up, and then put it out there on a reel or YouTube short or something like that. All right. And then tell them to go back to where the original video was if they want to, see more or learn more. All right. How do I handle negative comments or burnout? So I'll address each separately. How do you handle negative comments? Don't worry about it, right? You can handle negative comments by saying, thanks for watching, right? Right? Because if they're negative to you and you're positive back to them, right? It just shows that you rose above them, right? And you ignored what they had to say because you're not even addressing what they had to say. Don't even internalize it. Somebody says something negative, oh, thanks for watching. Because now you're letting them know that, hey, even though they don't like you or like what you said, you just gave them a view or they just gave you a view, right? So thanks for watching. You're helping me by being negative, right? So you can, like I say, I'll just brush them off, right? Don't worry too much about them because, again, there's two types of people that are most likely respond to you. Is people that love you and people that'll hate you, right? And if you pay so much attention to the people that hate you, right, or the people that give you negative comments, what most people naturally do, they ignore the love, right? And like, thanks for your video, blah blah blah, right? They mostly spend the most time addressing the negative comments and letting that internalize, within them and affect them emotionally. So I tell you right now, people are going to be positive, people are going to be negative. The negative people, ignore them, right? Ignore them. Thanks for watching. Next, right? If they say something in your live, right, don't even address it. Burnout. Well, burnout is a serious issue, which is why I just go live, right? Because you can burn out by, say, if I make a 30-minute video, that 30-minute video may take an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, maybe even a day to edit, right? Depends on how I want it, right? So you can burn out from the editing portion. So you just have to determine and find what works best for you. What do you enjoy doing? Some people find editing relaxing. Some people don't. I don't find it not relaxing. I just find that it's time consuming. And I'm a person who doesn't have a lot of time. I have a full-time job. I have a wife. I have 3 kids, right? I have clients. So for me to sit here and try to edit my own videos, right, when I got to edit other people's videos, or when I have to, take care of the kids or go to work, right, spend time with my wife, right, that takes the editing portion takes up a great amount of free time, right? So instead of doing that, I just do this now. I just go live, and that not prevents me, but keeps me from having to edit in order to distribute the content. So that's what I do. That's how I avoid burnout, is just make adjustments, look at the things that you enjoy doing, look at the things you don't enjoy doing, figure out how you can cut it out while still getting the message out. And I can still get the message out by broadcasting. All right. So that's how I avoid burnout. Right. And I can do this every day because I enjoy coming in here every day. And it's better than me just sitting here trying to sit here and edit and still not putting it out until I get home. Then I got to check it again. And then, so right now, as I'm talking, this is getting posted, right? This is getting posted on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, right? And I'm not worried about how, how it's looking, how the edit looks or how the intro looks. I'm just putting it out because that's what people want. They want the content. All right. And that's what I avoid, how I avoid the burnout. All right. I think that's about it. So answer 10 questions. How do I start content creation from scratch? I just said, just start it, right? Just start it, get your phone, and then pick a subject that you want to talk about and talk about that subject. All right. What's the best social media platform for your niche? Depends on your niche, right? Again, if you want to get views more quicker or get more popularity quicker, I would say use TikTok. If you want to get to people who are willing to spend money or who have the money to spend, I would say use Facebook because that's an older demographics. If you want demographic, if you want people who are more, I say, loyal to you, I'd say YouTube because it has a long form content. And the long form content, if you do 20-minute video and someone watches you, you know you got that ride or die type um, following with you. If you want to build a community where you engage with each other and you don't really have to put out too much video content, but you can just engage and share and say, hey, look at this resource, look at that resource, I will use Facebook. All right. So, what's the best? How do I grow my audience organically? Comment on other people's posts, right? Within the niche that you're in, and answer your own comments and like the people's comments within your comment stream. All right. How do I measure your social media? How do I measure my social media success? Success, I would say, again, set goals and then hit those goals. So set a long-term goal and then chop those goals up to milestones that you would need to reach to get to that goal. And then you just measure your success by the progress. All right, don't measure it by the likes unless you want to start a marketing company, but measure it by the progress. But you have to start first. So I'd say your first goal should be make a video. Your next goal, make a video every week, right? Do that for 3 weeks. Then you start tweaking it to say, all right, I want to start getting more views. What do I need to get more views if that's your goal? What do I need to do or say to get a sale to my baked goods or something like that? So you'd have to determine what your niche is and what you're trying to accomplish in order to get to that. All right. How do I measure my da-da-da? What are the best tools for content creators to save time? I say Descript and Riverside. I use Riverside to live stream, and I can do it to multiple sources. Descript allows, and Riverside allows you to edit by the text, and that saves me a lot of time because you can take out the words that you said, like a block or a paragraph, or even a nice statement, and then take that, put it as a highlight, and you can take out some very, important statements that you've made and put that into a video, and stack them up and put them into a video, and it looks like a highlight reel of you saying some very important things. How do you get brand collaboration? Start making content and networking. All right, you need the content first before you start networking because you're trying to convince people to work with you, and if you don't have anything to show them that you've been doing, then they're not going to want to work with you because you have nothing to show. If they do see that things that you have to show and they still don't want to work with you, they may not be, I may not be aligned. Just ask them, or look for someone else to collaborate with. Don't take it personally. All right. Should you post daily or focus on quality? I say focus on posting daily. You don't have to post daily, but I would recommend posting more consistently than worrying about the quality of your production, because people, I think, want more authenticity than a polished, perfect video, right? They want to see you in your real comfortable state and how you really think and act, and how you really feel about a subject or about a product. So I would say I would focus more on authenticity and consistency than quality. All right. How can I increase engagement on my posts? I think I already said that. Comment on other posts. What's the most effective way to repurpose content? Make a long form content. So 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Chop that up to, right? I'm answering 10 questions here. So I have like a 40-minute video. I can take that whole 40-minute video, post it up. I'm doing live. I can do it into a video. Then I can take 10-minute segments or each question, however long it takes to answer those, post those up, and then even take a 30-second segment of a statement I said and post that. So I think that's the most effective way to repurpose content. Make one long video, then chop that up. All right. into shorts and stuff like that. How do I handle negative comments or burnout? Negative comments, say thanks for watching, move on, ignore them. Burnout, I just go live, so I don't have to edit. All right, and that helps me personally avoid burnout because it's easy to stand here and talk to the camera. That's easy. The hard part is taking the footage, putting music over it, and then doing what you need to do. I could play music in the background, but TikTok sometimes acts funny when it comes to putting music on it. They chop it off and stuff like that. So that's how I avoid burnout. Is just going live. All right, and that's it. So thanks for watching, Ty Ferguson-Bey. If y'all have any questions, let me check see if I got any questions. I didn't even check. All right. All right. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I'll take those questions and then join. I'll take those questions and then make another video just like this one. All right. So thanks for watching. Those of y'all on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all soon. All right. See how easy that is? Just go ahead, set up the camera, make your content, share it out to 4 or 5 platforms, and then you're good to go. So I'll see y'all. If y'all have any questions, feel free again to answer, and I'll see y'all. Bye.